like to give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai.
again. We like to give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ba'akadash.
Double honors to our apostles, our bishops, and the elders, and the Akim that pushes you from. Elder brother. Yeah, so you know we just enduring. We enduring. We just enduring. We enduring like the Lord commanded us to do. And Satan, you know, they hitting the brothers and Akim up all levels, economically, whatever, financially. They just coming out of nowhere with uppercuts. And we already know this is spiritual. You know what I mean? Just to throw us off our pivot, our balance.
To make us be like given to the flesh. You know what I'm saying? Make us feel hopeless. Nah, man. All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Like our forefather Job, man. We receive good of the Lord, shall we not receive evil? We're not going to be, you know, in the stead of, you know what I'm saying, receiving good of the Lord and not receiving evil, man. You see? Right? When they're truly the Edomites, you know what I'm saying? The Lord got a judgment for them.
Yep. This is Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
Yeah, like that devil that walked by. His heart is setting him, all right, to do what he does. All right? He's not righteous in the eyes of the Lord. All right? You see? His forefathers, he's reaping the benefits of his forefathers. All right? Which was damn enslavers, colonists, all right? Owners of the good ship Jesus, the slave cargo ships that you so-called Negroes went into slavery in, man. See? So these devils got it coming to them, man. According to the Bible, man. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai going to judge these goddamn Edomites in 2/3 of Israel, man. All right? Go ahead.
Got some more?
Beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven.
Yep. That's right. Satan gonna fall. That's how fast the Lord gonna take him out of his rulership. Because by the time you see the flash, that's really the lightning that already took place. It's quick. But that's how fast this man gonna lose his rulership. When the Lord cracked those skies open, or what you call spaceships or UFOs. All right, yes, the Lord is gonna open the realm up from where he's coming from, the fourth dimension, the third heaven, with the host of angels. Okay, what you thought Esau made these things up with portals and all of that? This man is not inventive. He steals and claims it as his own. All right, and they take parts of it and they flip it. But the Lord is going to return and take this man out of power. All right, that's the time we're in. That's why they're scared right now. That's why they're constantly bombarding you with entertainment. That's why Satan is trying to knock us off our pivot. Because the spiritual demon Satan is they're running out of ideas and they get desperate. And the physical demons are getting desperate also. And they're desperate, and that's once again leading to that RFID microchip with all this scamming going on.
This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath in a short time. Right now we're seeing this devil, you know, he's going at all lengths to try to, you know, bring forth his new world order. All right. He's trying to have it where, you know, everybody gets down with this beast system that he's about to implement. All right. So he's going to come at, you know, all the different types of ways. You know what I mean? That's why he had to do a short time, man. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to, you know, uplift this place on and on. You know, keep this the spirit of Babylon, the great, to keep going on, man. But you see it, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, this place is on its way out, man.
That's right.
You know, morally, spiritually. All right. You know, and they say this year marked the 250th year or anniversary of America, but we all know how America was established, man. Through what? Blood, robbery, right? The shedding of the Native Americans, the so-called Native Americans, the tribe of Gad, all right, the tribe of Reuben, all right, and then when they brought Jake from over there on the west part of Africa, west coast of Africa, brought him over here, you know, in the cargo slave ships to have the pink cotton, man. You know, look at all the blood that this devil has shed, man. So America principles wasn't established on righteousness, man. You know, it's mentioned, you know, woe unto you that it said shed blood. It said Habakkuk. You know, basically, you know, America was established by bloodshed, by robbery, by murder, man. You know, you got these wicked ass jakes, you know, trying to take part in this man's society, this man's holidays.
This is Ezekiel 28:5. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches. And thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches. By thy great wisdom, your witchcraft on your left-hand side, your miracles, your technology, all right, your sorcery, and by your traffic, slave trade, drug trade, taking over all commerce, law of the sea, your laws, and then you're actually moving your cargo and putting embargo on other nations. You got riches by doing that. When you went and made deals with them sand niggas and moved that oil around, because you told them that you'll get their oil at any location before they had their own shipping. So that's your traffic. And don't forget your child trafficking, kidnapping and all of that.
Epstein,
You know what I mean?
Now it's coming out that you have kids missing out there in Venezuela. Oh, you know what I'm saying? They doing the same thing like they did during the time when Haiti
had
that earthquake out there, you know, a couple of years back. You know, they had organs being missing from these people that were dead. All right, children coming up missing, and you're put in basically human trafficking.
This ain't nothing new. This been going on. It's just a scope. You've been being exposed a lot lately. But this thing has been going on for years, decades.
Habakkuk 2:12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, establisheth a city by iniquity.
That's right. America. That's how America was established. Built on by blood, man. The blood of the people on this side, man. You know? But see, you got Jakes out there, they forgot about that. They forgot about the transatlantic slave trade. You forgot about how your forefathers were brought over there. Right. You forgot about, you know, what was done to the Gadites, man.
Right.
So you mean to tell me this country wasn't built by educated people going to school? No. It was built by that?
Yeah, it was built by Freemasons and a bunch of fucking devil worshippers.
Oh.
Right.
So America wasn't built by people being educated and going to school. It was built by them. Rape and robbery and slavery.
Going
So
back
why
to
it's not taught in the school system?
yeah. Going back to what? George Washington, man. So-called first president, George Washington. He was a Freemason. You know what I'm saying?
Well, with his teeth.
With over 300 slaves, too.
And he died the way he died by bloodletting, man. Because he thought he could get the elements out of his body by draining all the blood out of his system. Dumbass. He went through hypovolemic shock because the blood carries CO2 and oxygen and nutrients, you dumbasses. You're so smart, right? You know? Yeah. There's a thing called bloodletting.
Yeah, man, and during the time, like the brother's speaking about, when America was established, it was run by a bunch of damn Freemason devil worshippers, and they were taking the land of the Native Americans, and they established something called the Indian Removal Act during the year of 1830, man. All right, and you Jakes, you so-called Negroes, right, in particular, your asses in goddamn plantations.
Fighting in the Civil War.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you was fighting. But you on plantations serving masters, serving the so-called white man on the goddamn plantation, picking cotton, man. When the Constitution was written, man. So make it make sense, man. You know what I'm saying? You Jakes are through, man. You don't see what the hell is going on. July 4th, you just got done celebrating it, popping those goddamn fireworks and eating your goddamn swine, all right, in seafood boils. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that July 4th had nothing to do with you as a so-called black, Hispanic, Latino, or Native American. Had nothing to do with our people, man.
All that goddamn racket.
Yeah,
All
man.
that damn noise. And it was a couple of days I heard that noise. Damn cannon fire and shit. Well, nearly Fuller said about that. It's like reenacting the 1700s and shit like that, cannon fire. Who the fuck celebrates shit that sounds like guns and cannon fire, man? Only a violent person. He said it.
That's right, brother.
Well, that's Esau's spirit. He's a violent man. But you got our people, they want to take on the same characteristics as the devil. That's why the Lord said, you are as your father is devil.
And the lust of your father you will do. Let's see. It says more in Habakkuk 2 and 13. Behold, is it not of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua of hosts, that the people shall labor in the very fire, and the people shall weary themselves for very vanity?
Yeah, vanity, man. Yeah. Especially our people, you wearying yourself with that vanity, man. You going to buy all our food for one day celebrating. And none of you guys have ever gotten any independence. All right? Only thing was a Bavarian Illuminati thing, man, around that time. Where Adam Weishaupt, which I believe he got his thoughts from Eliphas Levi, or whatever, transcendental magic and things like that. They go hand in hand, but that's all Illuminati shit, man. And you celebrating that, man. Look, man, our people are destroyed. Lack of knowledge, man.
Beside his children. I got something real quick. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse 8.
Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments.
That's right. We yet to stay in our captivity. America is a prison house, the main prison house, and then throughout the earth. But look, so we in a prison where we made it seem like we're walking around free, and then they got us in these penitentiaries, and they got you dumb niggas drilling with the rap music because they needed those prisons filled up. I heard they even sued some of the states because they wasn't locking niggas up quick enough. When they was promised to have those prisons filled, they sued a couple of these states, the private owners, which are some of the record label owners and things like that. So you got niggas out there, what they said, the prison population is aging. They need these 20-year-olds up in there. That's why they got to put people in that's 18 to 20 or some shit, 19, whatever it is, they need the young, they need that sweat equity in these penitentiaries, man. Well, they pay you 2 cents a day or some shit like that, I don't know, but you're not making anything, man. And y'all still going out here killing.
And that's why the music industry, they wanted, most violence, most wickedest motherfucker, to be, because when rap music first came out, it wasn't on that shit like that. It was on some, bringing conscience, bringing, so-called black people together, basically fighting the power coming against this devil, man. But now, they pay a nigga like NBA Youngboy, a motherfucking $1 million contract, you know what I'm saying, to spit some crazy shit. They have all these people hooked on fucking Xannies and Mollies and all this fucking drugs. You know what I'm saying? Because what, your favorite rapper, he's successful, and that's how, this young generation, they view that as, that's he must be doing something right because he's winning. Right. It don't mean that he's doing something right because he's winning. He's all set up, man. That's right. These crackers, these fucking so-called Jews, you know what I'm saying? These small hats, they the ones that put rules in, you know what I'm saying? They put the spins on the record company, on the radio stations. That's why that nigga 6ix9ine, what he said? He said the whole music industry is rigged.
Yeah, it is.
He said it's rigged, man.
And then it's like, listen, man, they got you doing these drugs and these crimes, man. When they want you, they could get you. Let's say, for instance, you got a mask on. They're gonna search. They're gonna search your whole whereabouts and pin you to the murder. They're gonna go through miles wherever you was at from when you stepped out of your door. They're gonna pin you. They're gonna tie you to something. To one of them. They're gonna get some camera footage from everywhere in whatever states you went through. Yo, it's real. That's how they caught. That's how they caught. Yeah, that's how they caught. Yeah, that's good. That's how they caught young kids. Yeah, but that's how they caught the Fulio niggas, man.
Right, because
the killers, I mean.
These niggas, they post everything online. That's another thing. They go on Instagram, they go on Facebook, and they record everything, man.
Oh, I'm not gonna use no phone when I go to do the drill. Yeah, but did your partners, did they follow the same rules? What vehicle you use? Did you steal a vehicle or you use your parents' vehicle? Whatever it is, yo, look, man, don't do it, man. They gonna get your ass. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, guys.
You read that again. This is Baruch chapter 3, verse 8. It says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all that the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our God.
Yeah, our ancestors, a lot of them departed. We went off, and we had to go into captivity. We're viewed as criminals. We're subject to payments, being taxed out the ass, shooken upside down, man. We losing our shirts out here. I mean, our money, we losing our shirts. All right, they got these fines. They got the ticket people lurking around. They want to hem your ass up so you can do prison labor. No, we yet this day in our captivity is subject to payment.
So all that celebrating 4th of July, and, saying that you're independent, it's a damn lie, man. You ain't fucking independent. Still in captivity, man.
Still in captivity.
I see dead people. Yo, look, like the movie said, I see It's people that's dead that don't know they dead. You niggas is dead out here, man. You don't know they are dead, man.
Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 33.
That's called
Said, thus said the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together.
Northern and Southern Kingdom. The Latin tribes, Native Americans, so-called Negroes, all right, and so-called Haitians, we was all in captivity together.
We'll see about
It's gonna
that.
be nuked.
We'll see what the Lord has to say about that.
The land of the land there, Satan got the coffee on me. I got good news. The land of Israel is gonna get nuked off the map.
That's right.
And I got more good news. The Lord is gonna rebuild that nation and put y'all in slavery. And Satan didn't like that, so we
You working overtime. Yeah, damn.
and I gotta clean the garment, later.
Yeah, we're gonna bring that out again.
Said, Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 33. Said, thus said the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go.
They refuse to let them go. We still here, we still under these shackles. We're not made whole. You're supposed to loose your slaves, them up, or to let them build. But we still in their hands. And then when they find out the Latin tribes have oil and resources, they go in and cause earthquakes. They go in and take those leaders out and set up puppets. You know what I mean? We're still being squeezed.
Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 33. It says, thus said the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together.
Oppressed was put in captivity together. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right? Put in captivity together, Northern and Southern Kingdom. We was all subject to these nations starting with the so-called white man. Right?
And all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go.
Refused to let us go. We still got these birth certificates, social security cards. We still traded on the stock exchange. All right? It's heading to where now if you go to research it, you might not be able to find it. All right? That birth certificate is securities paper, bank paper. All right? Because we the bankers, the 13 banking families, they got us. And there's different rules in different lands. All right? Just like the Latin tribes, they find out they got oil, they go, they use a harp, the weather device, and use that against them to buckle them, or they kill their leaders and put up puppets. Whatever it is, we still under their hold. All right?
Yeah. Right, bro.
Read on, right? It said, their Redeemer is strong. The Lord of hosts is his name.
Yahweh Shai, that's our Redeemer.
Right.
All right, Yahweh Shai. That's what's going to deliver us. Not no damn voting, not no generational wealth. All right? These nations are at war with us, dummies. They are at war with us. They will never have us at their table, man, or let us get above that, man. All right? They got the world temporarily. Only one can save us is Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Wonder how long it's going to take you niggas to understand that.
Well, they don't understand they have enemies. And everything is all good. You rock your niggas to sleep. That's what I just said. Gift destroyed the heart, man.
Right.
You know? Give Jake anything, you know, and Jake forget about it, man.
Yeah.
Jake forget about all the fucking shit that we went through as a people.
Right.
Just like that, man. You know, they give us some, you know, millions of dollars. You know, you be like this nigga Mayweather. You know what I mean? Fucking, he know that he's an Israelite, right? Mayweather, right?
Yeah,
But he still wants to donate money
Yeah, to
the state of Israel. Man.
Yeah, that's
What kind
right.
of shit is that, man?
Yeah,
That's why I don't feel bad with what the fuck is going on with that nigga, man.
I know.
But then he said he won't give no investment game to his people, right? I'm using this words against him. I'm not giving no game. It's gonna cause. Or no homeboy hookups. I understand that. All right, you stand on that. Cool. But you go and you get these small hats and you look out for them.
Because why?
We don't want no handouts. Fuck the handout. We know what that occurs, but you going to help these scummies out. That's what you get.
Them same motherfuckers went back and stole 170 million from his ass.
You losing your shirts now. That's a hit. That's a hit, man. Yo, that's a hit.
Same people that he thought he could trust.
Exactly.
These so-called, small hat, the lawyers and shit.
If you're not liquid,
accountants and shit.
you gotta stop the bleeding. If you ain't liquid, man, they gonna come on. You are vipers. You watch Snowfall when he lost that money, right? All of them investments, they was coming. This do. You got it. But
Lawyers watching lawyers.
yo, man, listen, man. Them niggas is treacherous, man.
Yeah. And that nigga can't read a fucking lick, bro.
I got caught in that. I didn't know I got scared.
Shit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Listen, man.
That's a 50 something.
Yeah.
There's a 5 point. He ain't reading that shit.
Reading that.
He just signed it before. You could count money, but you can't fucking read all these clauses and all this shit.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know how this devil get down?
You see, they try to get what's the name, Marcos in the Philippines. They had him overthrown, though, man. They set up a coup because he told them international bankers, they agents, like, yo, get out of my country. I'm not giving them perpetual mineral rights. He saw that word perpetual. That means all going. He's like, oh, hell no. You know what I mean? Mayweather, he was like, oh, perpetual? Yeah, you can sign that shit. You know what I mean?
Get what you get, bro. Hey, man, the scriptures say, arise ye and depart. This is not your rest, bro. But it's polluted. It will utterly destroy you, with a sword of destruction, bro.
Can't pay for a tutor.
You know what I'm
Can't pay
saying?
for a tutor. You buying all this shit, yo, look, you have advisors, and if you don't want to pay the advisor, a tutor, man. A tutor walk around with you, man. The rich niggas do it. They even the dumb ones in their family, they have them tutored. That's why they pass those exams. A tutor, help us dumb motherfucker. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, bro.
You good? Come on, brother. What you got?
This is Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. It says, never trust thy enemy.
Never trust thy enemy. Who's the enemy? See, you Jake's got enemies, man.
Slithering Edomite.
A damn slithering Edomite, like the brother said, man. A so-called white man. That's the enemy. The Lord said, I will send an enemy from afar like an eagle. You know what I'm saying? In whose language thou shalt not understand. And he's going to oppress your ass and destroy you utterly, man. All right? It's these damn so-called white people. They're our enemies, man. They're the enemies of our nation. Never trust thine enemy. But you niggas, you trust Esau with all your heart, mind, body, and soul, man.
Because they look at Esau as the Savior.
That's it, bro.
They look at him as the Lord.
That's right.
So-called Jesus.
That's right.
Which he's the devil.
Absolutely. Read on.
It said, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
So as iron is sure to rust over time, so is the so-called white man and him doing wickedness, man. The so-called white man and wickedness is like yin and yang. You can't have the yin without the yang. You have the yang without the yin.
It'll be a sin if the so-called white man didn't do wickedness. He was designed to do evil.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
He's going off for people good. Exactly.
Yeah.
He's doing what he's created.
That's it, bro. That's it.
Lord say he created the wicked for the day of evil.
That's right.
That's That's exactly what he's supposed to do.
That's right, brother. You see that? So the so-called white man has a lot to fill, all right, and he's fulfilling it, man. He's doing an excellent, superb job at doing wickedness. All right? He's the border of wickedness, for crying out loud. Read on, brother.
It said, though he humble himself
Right.
and go crouching,
Though he might come to you like he's for your cause. You know what I'm saying? Come humbling, crouching unto you. What does the scripture say?
it said, take good heed of him and beware of him.
Yet take good heed and beware of him, man. Know who you dealing with, man. You dealing with an Edomite? This motherfucker is a wicked, man. You know what I'm saying? He is the wicked. He's the devil. You can't trust this damn devil, man. He's the seed of Cain. You know what I'm saying? Beware of him. Know what you're doing. And that's another thing. That's why the scriptures say,
He's slick enough to pull money through raindrops. You know what I'm saying?
That's
You
why
gotta pull money through raindrops without getting wet.
that's why the scriptures say, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, man. They don't know who they're dealing with. They think they're dealing with a benevolent, you know what I'm saying? A benevolent, kind, caring individual. When you look at this motherfucker's track record, it's all bad, man. Robbery, rape, and murder like up the wazoo, man. That's what this so-called white man is known for, man. That's how he got his power, his rulership. They don't know who they're dealing with, man. They've been deceived because he comes off, like the scriptures say, though his words be smoother than oil or butter, yet they are drawn swords. War is in his heart. You know what I'm saying? That's what the devil does, man. Deceives your ass, man.
Angel of light.
There it is, brother. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light.
2 Corinthians 11 and 14.
That's right. Read on, brother.
Yet take good heed of and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst like a looking glass.
Ancient world looking glass. So brass, you polish to dust. So you gotta keep polishing it to see the image. Well, that image is this wickedness and this mask in dust. So you gotta be like you can see through all the smoke screens, man. With him.
It says, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
Rust has now been altogether wiped away. You remember the movie Get Out? The chick, right? She had the American sweetheart look, man. Innocent, right? But you saw her kind of countenance changed at the end. You can see the demonicness in it. She turned from a real dark countenance. But in the beginning, she was all jittery.
Yeah, giddy.
Yeah, man. Got him. And she been getting niggas for a minute, bringing them to that house.
So yeah, this is the same devil, man, that was lynching us and all that, man, back then. Whipping us. It ain't nothing changed, man. This is the same ass fucking red cracker devil, man.
That's right.
Cracker barrel.
This is This is Proverbs chapter 26, verse 25. When he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart.
Yeah, 7, yo. He's lies, man. Lies upon lies. This man's a damn liar, man. You're a liar, man. He gonna get you caught in a snare, man. You ain't supposed to trust your enemy.
Right, bro. That's the so-called white man. And yet there's 7 abominations in his heart. And 7 represents a number of completion. All right? So he's totally, you know, dead set against you, man. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you might have worked for and everything that you might have had aspirations for, this so-called white man will ruin that shit if you trust his ass, man. You can't let this devil deceive you, man. The scriptures say that. The scriptures say, let no man deceive you. All right, and who's the main man that's in rulership? The so-called white man. Esau Edom, man.
All right.
What you got?
Isaiah 14:4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how have the oppressor ceased?
Yeah.
The golden city ceased.
See that? The so-called white man is the oppressor, man. The scriptures call him the oppressor ceasing, man. All right? He's about to cease out of rulership. The Most High is calling him out, all right, through the prophets, all right, to do this wisdom and knowledge and understanding. All right? This so-called white man is about to go to hell down, man, according to the Bible, man. All right? And you can see it clearly if you're watching. You got Edomites crashing out, bro. These so-called white people around the world are crashing out, talking about how hard it is to live in American society, man. Because all they do is work, you know what I'm saying, and barely get by. They don't see no hope. The Edomites, this Joe Six-Pack Edomites, they don't see no hope for America, man. Because why? That means that the power of the so-called white man is dwindling, man. So they're crying out against it because they see that it's not going to get any better for them as white people. So that's the so-called white man going down, man.
The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked.
The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked, man. All right? Yahweh Shem Shai is about to break all of this bullshit up, man. All right? It's going to break all of this up, man. And yeah, the wicked also includes 2/3 of the nation of Israel, man. All right? That join hand in hand, like the scriptures say. All right? What?
The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath for continual stroke. That's the so-called white man. He constantly did that. Look what he did to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. After we so-called were free, he set up the prison industrial industrial complex. Prison industrial institution, man. So a lot of them are state and privately owned. And they mainly house their people in the rural areas, man. So the Six-Pack Joe Cracker, he has a nice career in a pension, and a lot of them get six-figure. A lot of them get six-figure incomes, man, and a great pension. You know what I mean? Yo, this shit, man. So in the middle of nowhere, this man can have a career. You know? But y'all don't want to listen. Y'all don't want to hear that though until your ass get caught up. You know?
Right.
Go ahead. He who smote the people in wrath for continual stroke. He that ruleth nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth. He ruleth nations in anger, man. He pollute the water, the food, the air, the people's minds, the clothing, what you watch, what you read, drugs, pharmaceuticals, drugs, and it goes on, man.
Right. No, what is it called? The prison industrial complex and there's another one. Military. The military complex as well.
Yeah, see?
Alright? This so-called white man, that's why the scriptures say that this place is going to be called spiritual Sodom and Egypt, because the prison industrial complex is also a major player in why this place is called spiritual Sodom, man. Because what happens in those prisons is homosexuality, man. You know what I'm saying?
And look, check this out. So you did all of that bullshit, right? You went in jail, right? So not only they not making no money, they slaving producing goods, and they're the ones that's keeping the upkeep there. So they're paying for the building and all that. So you got the prisoners doing the carpentry. You got the prisoners doing the carpentry, the electrical work, mowing the lawns, and doing all that other shit. So they keeping the thing afloat. So don't get this shit twisted thinking, oh, they're getting the money from the state and taxes or whatever they say. Prisoners are keeping the shit afloat.
Yeah, man. Prison,
you know what I mean?
That's why it's called the prison industrial complex. All right, because it's a business of its own, man. All right, and the military industrial, I believe they call it military industrial complex, is a whole nother business of its own as well, man. All right, this so-called white man, all right, he was set up to show you that this world that he rules is going to be in wickedness. All right?
That's why we move a certain way so we don't crash out or even have to put ourselves in a situation where we got to defend ourselves and get locked up. So we got to move a certain way. That's why we move a certain way, and we don't be around areas where activities is going on if we don't have to. We staying out of the way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right, bro. That's called moving with wisdom, man. Being circumspect, because we're, like the scriptures say, we are in an evil time, man. All right, so we must be circumspect. The days are evil. You know what I'm saying? The days are truly, they're more evil than ever, man. All right? Goddamn scam artists, every goddamn where. You know what I'm saying? All of this BS. All of this BS. Yahweh Shem Shai sees everything, man. You got you a ride, bro? All right. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's I'm gonna read that. I'm gonna
read it again.
He who smote the people in wrath will continue stroke. He that rule the nations in anger. That don't sound like Jake to me.
No, not at all.
Is persecuted and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest. This hasn't happened yet, and it's quiet. They break forth into singing. Yeah, so the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai gonna set things right. The Lord gonna take these nations out of rulership, and the main one is so-called white man that have things in order, man.
That's right.
No?
That's right, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what the scriptures prophesy about. Showing you that this so-called white man, all right, he's the wicked that the Bible speaks of. He's, so to speak, chosen to be the man of sin. All right, to show you what sin and iniquity is. All right,
yeah, because you don't put a person that you want to have a person do life in jail, and just like the apostles said and brought out, they're not putting you in prison because you taking a life. You bought that person's debt because the bankers is making money off of them. So now you gotta do slave labor. Because the Lord said you're supposed to put that man to death. You know what I mean? And not have him on a death row for years or months or weeks. You're supposed to get trial and then taken out. You don't have them spending the rest of their life in jail.
That's it, bro.
In slavery. What the hell? That's not just paying a debt to the society. You don't owe a debt to society. You owe a debt to Yahweh Shah. And that spirit of that man that's crying out in the spiritual realm.
Or give it a like double light plus.
Yeah, nah. The word run consecutive or what's it?
Concurrent life sentence.
Look, nah.
Or like if a nigga, you know what I'm saying, he end up going in the chair or whatever, or he get, executed by lethal injection. And say he lived. They don't let him free.
Right.
They be like, all right, we're gonna try him for next year.
And then they try to lie and say, the lethal injection, a person is not feeling anything. Yeah, right. Yo, man, that lethal injection is, one of them is, they weaponize potassium. It's weaponized. Because your body has a sodium potassium pump. So that thing is it's fucking you up. It's just that you can't cry out or whatever, but you feeling that shit. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
Yeah, brother.
We're not gonna put no needles in you, but we're gonna make you feel like you got the lethal injection. We torturing your ass. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. You're gonna get medieval on your ass. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, that's a so-called white man. Like, yo, you spend your whole life in jail. Nah, because you paying the bankers back. You know what I mean? So them dudes is making fractions of, they making pennies on they making quadruple, they making hella profit with you niggas being in that jail, man. Giving your ass profits. You know? But hey, man. A white man,
This is Isaiah 33 in verse 18. It said, thy heart shall meditate terror. Where is the scribe? Where is the receiver? Where is he that counted the towers?
yeah, so all your warlocks, the oppressor gonna cease with the sense.
It said, where is the scribe? Where is the receiver? Where is he that counted the towers?
Yeah, so your witches and your warlocks ain't gonna save you. You're going into captivity, man. But before then, your whole way of life is gonna be put out because this economic shit gonna crash, and this thing gonna get out of the elite's hands because they're gonna be hiding and not here in the hot zone. Well, all these things are taking place, but they're gonna be shitting themselves because they know that the Lord about to return. The Lord is gonna shoot concentrated fire, and the Lord's Spirit gonna be on those missiles. So then those things are gonna speed up. The anticipation of their torture is gonna be horrific for them, man.
You know, because hey, like the brother Judah, how would he always say we're gonna get evil in their hands? You know, certain things that we're not gonna do. We're not gonna, do that homo shit like buck breaking and you know what I'm saying? We're not doing all that, man. Right? You're gonna meditate some terror for your ass, though, you know? Right. Shit that you ain't done on this side, man. Because we're gonna have that power, we're gonna have spiritual power.
That's right.
To really, fuck you up, man.
That's right.
So basically, without even burning their skin, you could burn their whole skeletal system and fry it from the inside. What my thoughts, man. And that's a little thing, that's nothing. What I'm just saying, but
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but things that they can't do on this side, that's what I'm saying. We're gonna be really able to really fuck them up.
That's right.
You know?
We're going to be enslaved by God.
That's right. That's
You're gonna be enslaved by gods, man. You know what I'm saying? So try to wrap your mind around that one.
You know the scene on Game of Thrones? I love this scene. Brothers probably say I'm sick. I kept on pausing and fast. I kept rewinding the scene where Daenerys' brother, they poured the liquid gold. When the gold was hot, they poured this shit when it's in a liquid form over his head and watched it cool. You know what I mean? Y'all kept rewinding. I'm gonna watch that scene Lord willing again when I get the chance for some wine. You know what I mean? Remember that scene? They melted all the gold and poured that shit on the nigga's skull, yo.
Some shit like that, the Esau, man, all type of shit, man.
And, you know, I believe gold, it doesn't melt. It melts at about, I would say, 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit, man. So that's some hot, molten shit for your ass, man. That's some super hot, molten, you know what I'm saying, fire for your ass, man. You getting poured on by some molten gold, man. That shit don't burn to less than 1,000 degrees, man.
Hold on, what's the other scene where the Borgias would Cesare threw the nigga in the gunpowder and lit that shit? Was it sofa or something? He lit that shit up. He tossed him to that shit and lit it. Oh man, yo. I'm sorry.
Hey man, meditating terror, man. That's what the scriptures say, and that's what's gonna happen.
This is Isaiah chapter 24, verse 21. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. Who's the ones that are on high? That's talking about the elite bankers. Such families as the Rothschilds, the DuPonts, the Oppenheimers, these guys that basically they're the ones that are controlling the puppet masters in society. They're going to go into slavery under rule, the Israelites. All right? So-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You're going to have Edomites starting with their top bankers in the pit, man. All right? With chains on them. Okay? I can tell you in Revelation the 13th chapter, he that has an ear, let him hear. Those that lead in the captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. All right? So you devils are going to have to pay back for all the shit that you've done to our people, man. You touched the apple of the Lord God, man. All right? The Lord said he would not at all acquit the wicked. It says, and shall be shut up in the prison. Salaki, let me read up. Come on. It says, and the kings of the earth upon the earth, and they shall be gathered together, right? As prisoners are gathered in the pit. So we're going to have them in the pit, man. They're going to be lower than low, man. They're going to be lower than dirt. They're going to be in the... They're going to be with the rats is at, man. Yeah. With the earthworms is at.
That's right.
Shit.
The Lord going to have to wear all kinds of bugs and insects.
It's hot. It's hot in the earth.
Bro, there's going to be fucking burning hot. Shit. The Lord going to have to all kinds of insects and bugs is going to be biting your ass. Damn, bed bugs. Goddamn. You know what I'm saying? Spiders. You know what I'm saying? All those damn, what you call them? Scorpions, praying mantis.
It's a job. It's going to be a job just crawling out that goddamn pit. I like the rock climb and all that. Yeah. It's going to be like damn near they climbing out a mountain and get out the pit, bro.
They're going to be looking dirty and filthy, But that's going to be the real, how you supposed to be, because you the basis of men. You know, you the worst of the worst. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you gonna be down there in the pit, man. All right.
Right.
And it said it shall be shut up in the prison, and after many days shall they be visited. So you might keep them in there for, for long periods of time.
Long periods of time. Alright? We're going to segregate you devils. How about that?
You can repeat it.
We're going to segregate the men from the women. You know what I'm saying? You can't be with no children in the holes. Because you damn devils and pedophiles. You can't be with no animals. Because you're a bunch of zoophiliacs. You're gonna be isolated, man. You're gonna be in solitary confinement. In a righteous way, man.
Most likely in the pit, y'all gonna have your own pit. Probably.
Yeah, they're gonna have their own, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely, bro.
Yeah.
They're gonna have their own pit where they're gonna have to climb out 30 feet or more every damn morning
Walk to your work quarters.
and walk into your work quarters.
Columns, two formation or columns. You better not step out of line too. You know how the school lines and all that? They got work here designated. Failure to comply or insubordinance will lead to harsh punishment.
Yeah, man, you devils gotta get it, man. You Edomites gotta get it, man. You deserve this ass whipping that's coming your way. You deserve it, man. The Lord said double unto them. Recompense double unto her for all of her iniquities, man. Alright?
This is Ezekiel chapter 39, verse 14. And they shall sever out men of continual employment.
There you go.
Passing through the land to bury with the passengers those that remain upon the face of the earth.
Yeah, because we're not supposed to touch any dead flesh, anything rotten.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you nations, that's your job to pick up the dead. And you know, rigor mortis, dead bodies are heavy, man. That's a job, man. Then you gotta be covered up so y'all don't get sick, but y'all gonna get sick. You know what I mean? And bury and burn those bodies, man. You know?
Yep. Yeah. That's going to be the first major task for the Edomite nation. All right? To bury dead bodies. You know what I'm saying? And you going to do it. Sun up, can't see in the morning, and can't see at night. Just like you did to our people on the plantations, can't see in the morning, they can't see at night. You're going to get paid back double, devil.
It said, those that remain upon the face of the earth to cleanse it after the end of 7 months shall they search. And messengers that pass through the land, when any seeth the man's bone, then shall he set up a sign by it to the buriers have buried it in the valley of Amonga.
Right. You gotta go through all the homes, all the rubble, all the bodies that's laid out everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta go, you might be pulling bodies down steps and shit. You know what I mean? You might be going into buildings that places that's, collapsed and shit. They gotta go you might go, it's a hazardous condition. The floor might fall under you. You get what I'm saying? It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be some rigorous, you're going to be put to rigor, man. There's going to be some rigorous tasks you're going to have to complete. You're going to do it.
Do it, bitch.
You're going to do it, bitch. That's right. You're going to do it, bitch. We're going to break you up, boy. Yeah. We're going to break you devils up. Yeah. In righteousness, man, we're going to break you up, man.
Because it's going to be the Lord's anger
That's
That's
right.
going to be within us.
That's right, bro.
Right? Because leave it up to Jacob. Jacob be forgiven to these Edomites or
All
whatever.
compassionate and shit.
You know, don't worry about that. That was the past. But guess what? The Lord said,
Lord, Father, that was
that's right.
That's right.
That's right. Because the Lord, He don't forget.
That's
Yahweh
right.
Shai don't forget what these devils
Exactly.
did to him 2,000 years ago,
Exactly.
man.
Exactly.
When they was calling themselves the Romans.
Yeah, that's right, bro.
Esau don't forget.
Yeah, Esau don't forget. That's
Yeah,
right.
Esau don't forget.
He don't forget about, you know what I'm saying, 9/11, you know, Pearl Harbor. They don't forget about that, but they want you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans to forget them past.
Exactly. And look at the spiritual level of it. Esau don't forget on the spiritual level why you think he want to hold technocracy, man. Because he want the birthright back, man. He knows that he wants to
never
set,
belong to him anyway.
which never belong. Exactly. According to him, he wants the birthright back, okay, because he was the eldest, and the eldest got the inheritance. But according to the spirit, it was already prophesied unto Rebekah from the prophet that the elder shall serve the younger. All right? But see, Esau, in the spirit, he want to create a pseudo salvation. He want to create a pseudo, a pseudo kingdom of heaven for himself, where he has, the tree of life. You know what I'm saying? The fountain of youth, right? Where he can rule over everybody, man. All right, but not in righteousness though. So even to that point, it shows you that what we're saying is true. This so-called white man don't forget. He hasn't forgotten. All right, because in their spirit they know that they Esau, man. You got it.
That's right.
Yeah.
This is, as you mentioned, that these devils basically, it says in the English part,
Yeah, Psalm 49.
Psalms 49. Yeah, got you right here. Because, that's why they're going to try to bring out this whole fake alien invasion. They want to bring out the Project Bluebeam.
Yep.
Because they want to keep that lie going, man. They want to continue to have this place as a place where, America, when you got the people's mind, you know what I'm saying? As we see right now with all this entertainment and all this, sports and folly that goes on in this society, that's what keeps the people distracted.
Yeah.
So they don't see what's going on behind the scenes.
That's right.
So when they can falsify some shit like that, that's really going to have people bumming the fuck out. But it's all to continue his new world order, his plans of ruling forever here in the society. That's why you got Trump moving the way he's moving. Because he's thinking that he's going to be, he's moving like a king, like a dictator. You know what I'm saying? Now he want to put his face on Mount Rushmore. Like he's a founding father and shit like that. This man is totally out of his fucking mind, man. He don't look at it like he got 2 more years left. He's changing up the fucking whole dynamics of the White House.
Neurocentric.
He got the ballroom where it's our tax money that's paying for that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? He's changing up the reflection pool, all that dumb shit. Like, for what, nigga? You got another 2 more years, but he's moving like, nah, nigga, I'm in this shit
I want to
forever.
make legacy. He might be the last sitting president.
That's what I
But at the
said.
end, there's going to be one president that's going to remain issuing his new world order. There's supposed to be one that just remains and stays like sort of like a dictator, but not. He's taking orders. But
Yeah.
Well, you believe you gotta be that guy.
Yeah, brother.
Because
their role is zero.
we don't really, honestly, I don't see nobody coming in after this man. You know what I'm saying?
Then me.
But let me get that.
Bring that out.
Psalms 49 and verse 11. It says their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own name.
Right. So the Lord knows the heart of you devils, man. Your inward thought, your mindset.
The heart is deep.
Bro. That's right, man. The Lord knows. Hey, and the scriptures say, what? The heart of your king is in the hand of the Lord. So the Most High set you devils up lovely, man. He knows that your inward thought is that your houses shall continue forever. That's why you proud and you set up the things the way that they're set up. You know what I'm saying? The Lord knows that you devils think that, oh, that's why America's called America, because it's been named after a so-called white man named Amerigo Vespucci, man. And then Africa has been named after a Roman general, Rome, which is an Edomite.
Yeah, Leo Scipio Africanus, because he won the Third Punic War. He defeated Hannibal Barca, which they call Hannibal the Barbarian.
That's right, bro. And he's been ruling since the Greeks and the Romans, and he came back into power during the Renaissance period, right? So now he's that same devil that got that same pride that he had back then, man.
Right. And even with this whole 250-year mark of America, man, that's the beginning of your end, man.
That's right.
Because it's known historically that when it hits 250 for any kingdom, that's when the kingdom or the empire starts to decline. And we're seeing that right now taking place in the earth, man. Everything is all fucked up in America, man.
That's right.
You know? People, everything. This place, you know, is corroded.
Yeah, man.
Bridges are falling apart. You know, potholes, sinkholes, everywhere.
The world is right under it. That word is corrosion. Everything's rotten and it's decaying. They built these buildings, they doing touch-up jobs with scaffolds and things like that. You know what I mean? Fixing the outer skeleton, not the skeleton, which is not the frame, but the outside of the building, the bricks, and trying to re-brick the brickwork and things like that. But it's like it's putting a band-aid on a bullet wound, man.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
You gotta get the bullet out. You gotta dress the wound, doing a wound dressing. Now they pack it and hope it heals, but we would have healed Babylon, but she's not healed.
Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 8. It says Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How?
Yeah, because it's going in a future tense of Babylon being destroyed, not going.
It says, how for her, take balm for her pain.
Balm is a healing agent. This harlot, America's known as a whore, a beautiful whore. She's not going to be healed. She's wounded right now. Right?
It said, if so be she may be healed.
Babylon is not going to be healed. It's not going to be healed economically, financially, morally, physically. Because America's going to be bombarded with warheads, nuclear warheads, and concentrated fire from the ancients. But before that, pending doom, she's going to be in straits and suffering. And that's happening now.
Yeah, it's going to be a time of what? Jacob's trouble. Pursuant to Jeremiah the 30th chapter, when all hell is going to break loose here in the society. All right, to the point where they're going to force, you know, people to basically get back to normal. Right? So what they're going to do is a phrase that we can't see. They coin, you know, auto archeo, all right, which is Latin for order out of chaos. They're gonna create a scenario where they're gonna have it where all hell's gonna break loose in the society, and for you to get, for things to get back to normal, you're gonna have to take that RFID microchip. All right, so this is what we're seeing right now being played out. All it's gonna need is one black swan event to happen, and then eventually, they're just gonna have it where, they're gonna come with the system. And that's why you have all these things being played out right now. You got data centers being created. You got flock cameras all over the city, all over New York, all over different states, right? Because they want to get all your data and put it into a database. They want to know everything about you.
Which be like the Most High. That's
right. He wants to be like the Most High. Basically, omnipotent or omnipresent. Basically, being able to see everything all at the same time.
That's why it's stupid for these niggas to be doing these crimes out here, because they can track your fucking movement from the moment you leave wherever you're going.
Especially
coming and going.
Like you could be like in a restaurant just for like 2 minutes. Like you just went to use the bathroom. And they'll tell you like
To pick up your location.
they'll tell you like how was your time in such and such? Like,
Crazy.
You did a murder in this state, in this city. You left your house at this time on a ring camera, or whatever you call it. All right, then there's a blind spot. Yeah, but this person called you from there. You left your phone here. But your friend was talking to you off a burner phone, and you got your license plate on there. You ditched that car, you got another car, you got an Uber right here. They're gonna track all that together and put the puzzles together, man.
Yeah, man.
They're gonna put it together, yo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what the devil is. That's the technocracy, brother.
Yep.
That's the technocracy.
Yeah.
Now they talking about your boy Elon Musk being the first trillionaire, but now I guess he went down. His shit went down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Recently he lost some bread in the stocks or some shit. He lost a couple hundred million. So that shit went down.
He'll be alright.
Yeah, so and that's another motherfucker that think that this place is gonna continue on and on, because why they trying to
Rocket man.
yeah, create space station out there in Mars,
Fucking Elysium.
yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all bullshit, man. That's why when the Lord said as soon as they went up into heaven.
Nah, don't worry about
it's
it.
all good.
You're doing your job.
Yeah, it's all good. Yo, these people are lost.
Yeah.
I see it. So that's why it tells you in Obadiah, he made his nest among the stars. So when they started going into heaven, that's when they started to come down as a nation. These Edomites.
High priest Ariah, he said it. He said, yeah, that condemned you devils when you went out there, and you so-called land on the moon when they didn't, but when they went out of space, that triggered your downfall. The clock started ticking.
That's right.
And that's a heavy revelation. All right, that's being exposed, which America going to the moon and all of that. You look up the people, the pundits that were involved in it, Buzz Aldrin, Lance Armstrong,
Apollo 13.
Apollo 13, right?
Everybody followed it.
All right. You look up that they have on record dudes coming up to certain dudes that swear on the Bible that you went to the moon, and they'll do everything in their power to be like deflect. Why you want me to swear on the Bible? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
Even to
They
one
made
point.
a movie. They made a movie where they was supposed to. They made a movie It's similar to what you're saying with them going to the moon when they were supposed to be going to Mars, and then the whole thing was staged, and they had the astronauts.
Yeah.
Lying about it. I forgot that.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I mean? But I didn't get to watch
Yeah, I
it.
know what you're talking about
But,
too. I forget the name. Go ahead.
It even got to the point where the dude threatened to really fuck him up.
Yeah, he was like,
He's
yeah,
yo,
he
you don't
was
get
like,
out my house.
Yeah.
And then, yo, his son, he didn't know he was being recorded. You know what I'm saying? Because they had the cameras down. They started turning. And his son was like, you want me to call
Oh
the
yeah,
FBI?
you want me to call the
Call
FBI?
the FBI and we get this guy like, you know what I'm saying? Like basically put down.
Yeah, that's right. I saw that.
But it just shows you that, you know what I'm saying? They got it. And even those three that went up in the space the other day.
Oh, I don't know that name.
Yeah, you had. But I'm just saying, like you had a Jake there, and you had two Edomites, and you know they'll claim that they, you know what I'm saying, and they
Right.
have to keep that same narrative
You
going.
gotta keep the same narrative.
Even though they lying like a motherfucker,
fact.
but they gotta keep that.
They gotta keep it in.
Yo,
Which shows truly that this man is the devil, man. He's the devil, man, that the Bible speaks of. They're paying, they're spending billions of dollars on this moon situation, man.
Shooting shit up there, seeing if we get past the radiation belt. Yo, these
Yeah, they're doing a whole lot of shit, man.
stupid motherfuckers trying to nuke the moon. Yo, it's all bunch of dumb.
Why going back to what Jeremiah the 30th?
Yeah, that's it, though.
31st chapter.
That's it, that's right.
You
That's
know what I'm
right.
saying?
That's right.
The Lord said if you would do away with the children of
That's
Israel,
right. That's right.
you know, do away with the ordinance of the heaven, then he'll do away with his people.
Right.
Which that's never going to happen.
It's never gonna happen.
That's why you got these devils going down in the sea, trying to get down to the bottom of the ocean.
Right.
Trying. Bill Gates talking about he wanted to basically do away with the sun.
Yeah, you want to block out the sun. Yeah.
Why you said that again?
Yeah, Bill Gates he said he wanted to block out the sun.
Yeah, he wanted to.
He wanted to block out the sun, man. All right?
You're easy, man.
Your Edomite purposes, big ass rat. God damn. Yo.
Now look at another rat.
Oh, shit. Yeah, hell yeah. The rickety rats. Yeah, so, you know, I got, you know what I'm saying? I guess brothers, Lord willing, will end it off. Giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, God Hashem, Yahweh Shai, God Hashem, Rakadat. Double honor again to the head elders, the apostles, and bishops of Great Millstone. All right, and shalom to you out there that tuned in. Lord willing, you edified. Until next week or next time, shalom. Shalom. Bye, Lord.